Okay, recording has started. Ready to go. Untap your permanents and draw a card. It's time for the main phase. My name's Grady.
And I'm Paul.
How's it going, Paul?
It's going really well. Had a lot of fun last week. Sorry that the video took a while to load up.
Yeah, we had a awesome special guest last week. Our good friend Jericho came in. We did our first guest episode, so go check it out if you're inclined.
Yep, it's loading right now.
Yes,
Gonna be
definitely.
live soon.
Uh,
Live
so,
today.
so Paul, what are we doing this week?
All right, so I put together a little bit of random sort of deck challenge idea here, and Grady is gracious enough to join in with me. So we're gonna
Humoring
do. He's humoring me. We compared our collections on Arena, and we're going to do 2021 Core Set and Zendikar Rising only, and we're going to do Singleton and match what we have to build identical decks today.
you.
So you'll get to follow along, the two of us, in a deck building process, and then next week we'll play the decks against each other uh, as
Yep.
built today. And then the following week, you'll see how we go in and change our own, put our own spins on things.
Edit them so
So,
they'll start out identical, and then we're both going to kind of branch out in different directions and see how we wind up
yeah, so 3-part series. Stay tuned,
for the long
and
haul.
let's get into this. Sorry if you're not interested in discussion and theory, but that's what today is. We're not going to be doing some gameplay. You can check out some of the other videos if you'd like to see that.
All right, so we're diving into our deck builder here, and we're going to go to the filters. So we're doing cards from our collection from Core 2021 Zendikar Rising.
And I set mine as standard.
Yeah, I did
Because
standard
it
as
doesn't
well.
really,
Yeah,
if we
doesn't really
filtered it
matter.
down. Yeah. And now, Grady, what's the first question you ask yourself when you set out to start a new brew?
So there's a couple different ways to start. If I'm just complete blank slate, like I'm not trying to build a specific deck. I'm not like, okay, I'm gonna build, Dimir Rogues or whatever. I'm just gonna build a deck. Usually, kind of like same thing I would do with a sealed pool is I'll go to the filters and I'll usually start with rares and mythics because that's usually gonna give you kind of an idea of the ceiling of your power level and what's gonna, and then I'll kind of go through and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got like 5.5 pages of rares and mythics here. So, what are the cards that jump out as just a high power level that I can build around? Skyclave Apparition is great.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, see, that's an interesting way to look at it. You go straight to the mythics and the rares.
yeah.
I tend to look at a mechanic
Okay.
or a specific color because the 5 colors tend to have very unique styles of play.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
am I looking for shutting down creatures, counter spells, mana ramping, so black or blue or green?
Yeah. There you go.
Mechanics are a top choice for me.
That's a great point. So you're kind of starting from like, what do I want my deck to do, and then kind of building out from there. Whereas I'm kind of like, okay, what's available to me, and how can I use this to get my opponent dead? It's almost kind of like we're meeting at the same place, coming from different directions.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think if we combine the two, I guess I would be looking at landfall, kicker, or party mechanics, and then if I sort down to rare or mythic, what strikes you as in those three?
I mean, out of those three, I would go straight to landfall for a couple of reasons. For one thing, landfall is a mechanic that rewards you for what you already want to be doing anyway. Like you want to be making your land drops and playing lands every turn anyway. So anything that rewards you for doing that is going to be good because you wanted to be doing that anyway. Party in a if we since we've restricted ourselves to singleton specifically because we just decided to do that for this deck building challenge. I think that's going to make the party mechanic a lot weaker because the party mechanic relies on kind of having a lot of the same thing, which are creatures with these different creature types.
Okay. See, I had an opposite thought about that. I thought that the landfall, if you would want to have, say, for example, be running 4 Felidar retreats. Whereas if you've only got one, that's 1 out of 60, it's not as powerful. Whereas the party mechanic, if you put in 20 creatures, you can still have 5 of each of the parties.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I do think, like, I guess for this kind of a challenge, my inclination is to go towards landfall, but not like an all-in like Scoot Swarm Felidar retreat deck. Rather, more of a ramp deck with a lot of top end and a few landfall payoffs. Like I would definitely put the one of Felidar retreat, but I'm not just all in on trying to tutor it out and trying to trigger it every turn. I'm trying to
That's a
just
good point too.
yeah ramp into like Elder Gargaroths and stuff. And just
Yeah.
have a lot of big threats, Scavenging Ooze can go big, stuff like that. And then you've also got your Kazandu Mammoth, you've got your Lotus Cobra. It will have
yeah.
the one of Scoot Swarm. The Nissa with Landfall is a pretty good payoff for that, I think.
Okay. All right.
So that's kind of where my head's at.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Solemn goes in
And
that
that
deck.
was very convincing too. And also, I was thinking I start with the mechanic, but I don't go every card has to have the mechanic. So that's a good follow up point there.
What does this Nissa do again? Gets counters for
Oh, that's a good
landfall.
Nissa.
Lands turn into 3/3s with haste and menace, and then put a creature card with converted mana cost less than. Oh, so it's kind of actually it's got landfall, but it's kind of a ramp card as well because you want to be getting a lot of lands out and then using that -5 as often as possible.
Yeah. On turn 5, you can play Nissa, play the land, get the counter.
Blow up your Nissa,
then
get your
yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, and if you've ramped some more lands out before that, you might be getting something bigger than 5 mana. You might be getting something 6 or 7 mana onto the battlefield.
Yeah, and for those of you watching, if you've tuned in yet, or if you're watching this recording, Grady and I were already talking about Abzan, and I think we're both convincing ourselves to move towards.
Yeah, before we
that.
started recording, we were talking about Abzan, and now we're just like talking about Abzan cards the whole time, which I'm not mad about for one thing.
So let's talk about why we're not picking red or blue for a second.
Okay, because they suck. No, I'm just kidding.
Because they suck. People that play counter spells can die.
I mean, there are some, like Nahiri's Lithoforming is an interesting card. Shatter Skull Smashing is a very good card. Like, there's some good stuff.
As frustrating as it is, I like the Jwari Disruption.
I mean, that's a good card too. I like Valakut Exploration, even though it's not always Terror of the Peaks as a card. And the Paul Special.
But I guess I was mentioning some. Guess I was mentioning some things that aren't in what we're looking at because we're still just rares and mythics. Yeah.
And then in blue, you got your Sublime Epiphany, Inscription of Insight's very good. Like, there's definitely good stuff to be done.
Yeah. That's true. And I don't think that red in this particular limit that we're in is as burn and blow up as I like red to be, and I think that's why I'm turned away from it.
Yeah.
Although this Minotaur and Terror of the Peaks, I like both of them. What's his name? Morag? I like Morag.
We got Terror of the Peaks here.
One more page over. Unless you don't have Morag.
Maybe not.
If you guys don't know what Morag is, he's going to pull it up. It's a mythic.
It is a mythic. Okay, let's see.
Yep.
Oh, I don't own one. That's why it wasn't coming up.
Landfall extra combat.
Oh, phase. Yeah.
With a fabled passage, because it's whenever a land, not just if a land enters this turn.
Yeah, definitely. And then that +1/+0 bonus. It's also just a 6/6 for 6, which is just fine.
Yeah.
All right. So
some decisions here, real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get moving here. So let's just grab some of the most powerful cards that we see here. Like,
all right.
And just see kind of what we end up with. Like, I'll throw that in. I'll throw in a Baneslayer and this and this.
You got to tell me because we're identical here.
Well, why don't we? I mean, we can build it here, and then I can just export it, and then you can, rather than mimicking all of my adds and cuts as we go, we'll just build it on here, and then we'll export it, and then you can copy and paste it.
But the video I'm looking at is blurry, and I don't know what cards you're putting in.
Oh, I'm just clicking on stuff. No. Okay, so I put a Sky.
You're putting in blue too? Oh man, you're crazy. You're all over the place.
I'm just clicking on good cards and seeing kind of what we wind up with and what colors get kind of more represented. So I've got,
Okay.
like, in blue, I only wound up with Sublime Epiphany and Seagate Stormcaller. So not a lot of blue. Black has some interesting stuff. There's, like, Veto, Liliana, Demonic Embrace, Skyclave Shade. In red, we talked about Terror of the Peaks. 5-mana Chandra. I don't know if that one makes it in exactly. Like, Chandra's Incinerator, like Shatter Skull smashing Nahiri's
Smashing.
Lithoforming. Again, not a lot of red. As soon as we get to green, though.
Green's gonna blow up.
Yeah. Okay, all this stuff, get out of here.
Well, now I'm just clicking on stuff. We are totally not in sync here.
Okay, Lotus Cobra, Scavenging Ooze, Kazandu Mammoth, Gargaroth, Primal Might. What if we just do mono green Stompy? Scoot Swarm.
It's possible. I like to have more than a single color, especially when we're limited like this.
Yeah, that's true. Inscription of Abundance probably gets in. Yeah, I'll throw that in there. What about Jol Royale? 1/2 for 2. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 2/2. 4 green until end of turn. Creatures you control have base power and toughness XX, where X is the number of cards in your hand.
We might be able to do like a cat deck if we're going Abzan.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how many extra cards we're going to be drawing with this deck. I mean, Gargaroth draws cards, but nothing else so far. Garrick's Harbinger is not bad.
That's a win for me.
Throw
So
that
is
in there.
the Mammoth.
Oran Reef
So is the
Ooze is
so is the Swarm.
yeah. I mean, we have some counter synergies. It's a 2/2 for 3, but it enters when it, so it's really like a 3/3 for 3, and then it attacks, and a lot of our stuff gets counters on it. So that seems good. Let's see. I like this green black Nissa we talked about. Grakmaw. What does this guy do?
Grakmaw.
Enters with, so it's a 3/3 for 3. So it has counters, going with the counter synergies.
I like Grakmaw.
Whenever a creature
a lot.
dies, yeah, it goes with. Maybe we're doing like green black counters. If we're going,
Gotta have Yarshan.
yeah. If we're going white, I'm almost wondering if we cut white. Is that crazy?
Maybe. You want to do 2 colors? What are you thinking now? Black, green?
So let's look at commons and uncommons.
You didn't even go through the artifacts yet, did you?
I did not.
This is not collaborative, Grady.
You know
this
what?
is just 2 of us.
This is me just
looking at
going
our
off the
own
rails.
cards.
All right. I will slow down.
Okay.
And
I randomly clicked through, and I have 19 green, 8 red, 15 black, 6 blue, and 10 white.
so it definitely sounds like green and black are in. And then if we're going 3 color, the third color would be white. That's what I'm feeling.
I'm on board with that.
Okay. Let's take a peruse through the artifacts.
Are you still just looking at your rares and mythics?
I'm looking at all the artifacts now.
Okay. So you are just all over the place. I can't follow you, man.
Sorry.
I don't follow your process.
All right, my first page. I'm not seeing actually like Solemn Simulacrum. Maybe
Maze Mind is a call for me easily. It's card draw and
Tome?
it's scry in a singleton.
All right, I can do Maze Mind Tome. Wait, why am I not seeing Maze Mind Tome? Oh, here it is. Okay, Maze Mind Tome.
Do you have an Ugin?
I don't own an Ugin.
Okay. I would put an Ugin in here.
I would if I owned one. Yeah, maybe I'll spend a wild card on it. Here,
Solemn
Solemn
Simulacrum is for sure.
Not collected. Okay, it's a mythic. How am I doing on? I have 20 mythic wild cards. I'll probably spend one on an Ugin. Sick brag, right?
Yeah.
And you said, Sad Robot. There we go. Sad Robot.
Yeah, Sad Robot.
What about Chromatic Orrery? I don't know if
Um,
we need. Do we need that much ramp? Like you're already at 7.
yeah, no, I don't. I don't think so.
It comes in untapped, so sometimes like you get to 7 mana. If you're holding this on a 5-drop, you can play both.
A 5-drop colorless.
No, because read that first line of text. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. So that colorless mana is
Uh,
functionally any color.
got it. Got it.
You can also, if you get to 7 mana, which if we're ramping, 7 mana is not crazy. It also has pay 5 and tap, draw a card for each color. So if you have 8 mana, you would need 8 mana to be able to play it and then activate the second ability.
Okay.
So if you have 7 mana, you can play it and then tap it to play a 5-drop or whatever. I don't think it's crazy.
It's not crazy.
To,
I mean,
I'm gonna.
if you have 7, you could play that and then the Garath.
It's a
in one
late game
turn.
draw engine. I'm gonna put it in. Maybe we'll cut it.
Okay.
It's in for now. Okay.
Did you pick Baneslayer?
If we go
When you
white,
went through white.
I would probably. I did click it. I cut all my white cards for now because right now I'm kind of looking at just green black. We might have enough.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm on to green black commons and uncommons. Blood Chief's Thirst, 100%. Get in there. Eliminate.
Oh yeah, that's a good card.
Eliminate. Get in there. Duress? I don't know.
No, I wouldn't run a Duress.
Kitesail Freebooter? Maybe. Acquisition Expert? No, unless we're blinking it. What about Feed the Swarm?
I like Feed the Swarm.
And we're in Singleton, so we need removal.
It would also be nice to have some life link, though. Life gain if we're doing Feed the Swarm. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not the biggest.
Yeah, but again, I think it gets in just because we're Singleton. Like we can't just run a bunch of eliminates and stuff.
That's true.
Grasp of Darkness? Maybe? It kills indestructible stuff. If it's
I
not-
wouldn't run that one. 2
Yeah.
pips. Yeah.
Yeah. The casting cost is a little rough. Let's see what else we got. Skyclave Shade kind of goes with landfall and counters are
I've
both.
got Skyclave in from my initial run through.
All right, Skyclave Shade gets in. Demonic Embrace is a maybe. If we slap Demonic Embrace on an Elder Gargaroth, just game over.
Oh, Demonic was in. You didn't pick Demonic in your initial go through?
Yeah, I guess not. All right.
Oh man, you suck.
Wow.
It's even got the return if they destroy it.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
especially in a Singleton.
It's in.
I bet you skipped Grim Tutor too, didn't you?
Oh, I definitely skipped over Grim Tutor.
It's Singleton.
Soul
It
Shatter.
doubles every card in there if you draw it.
3. How much doesn't it bolt you? You lose 3 life for it, right?
Who cares?
3 life.
Life is a resource.
3 life and 3 mana. Soul Shatter gets in. Definitely Soul Shatter. What about Nighthawk Scavenger?
Yeah, you didn't pick Knights. You shouldn't have gone so fast, man. We should have gone through this talk of what the hell did you actually put in on your rares.
Only the best, man.
You don't think that that's a good rare?
No, it definitely is. No, I didn't. I definitely just
That
kind of.
lifelink Death Touch flying is insane.
All right. I don't think Veto gets into this deck though.
I picked Veto too.
I don't think there's enough life gain going on. Like, what are we gaining life off of? Nighthawk Scavenger and
The
Elder
Scavenger.
Gargaroth. Like Elder
We had a
Gargaroth.
ton of. You cut all the white before we could talk about the white. I had a lot of lifelink going on.
Yeah, in that case, sure.
And I've got the cats that do lifelink too, but I cut all the white, following along.
See, we didn't predict that the hardest part of this was going to be you and I building the exact same deck.
Well, that's why we were supposed to go a little bit slower,
All right.
so that you and I could do this whole different change-up thing for round 3 instead of you and me trying to.
Instead of me speed running this deck build. Okay, you know what? Why don't I take a back seat for a little bit, Paul? Why don't you tell me some cards to throw in?
I've been trying. I think I got a couple words in there
All
edgewise.
right.
Go back to the top of your list real quick. Do you have Thieves,
Thieves?
the Guild Enforcer?
Thieves Guild Enforcer? No.
No.
I don't even
Okay.
own one.
All right, I cut mine.
Okay.
Swarm Shambler.
Uh, Swarm Shambler. Ooh, that is a good pick if we're going tokens. Okay, I put that in.
Okay. Scourge of the Skyclaves. Love this card. I've been trying to
Scourge
find a
of the
way to make it work.
Skyclaves. Oh, this card. It is okay. All right.
I mean, that could do some gnarly things, right?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah. I love the Skyclave Shade.
Yep, that's in there.
I put in Heroic Intervention, but I'm thinking about cutting it. Do you have Heroic Intervention in there?
I'll put it in for now. It might get cut. Like
Yeah.
it's a good card. I don't know if we'll have room for it.
It was a maybe for me, but I thought protecting things that I only have one of would be a good idea. I do have the Inscription, but I just put it in because I picked the Inscriptions. I think
They're all
if you're
good.
running a color, you should have one in there.
Yeah. The green one, you mean?
Yeah, so I've got the green and the black one.
And the black
I think
one.
I'm going to cut the black one. The black one's Ruin.
Oh, I don't own the black one.
All right, I'll cut that one.
Okay.
I'll cut the Tutor. I'll agree with you there.
Okay.
Do you have Maze Mind?
Yeah, I put that in there.
Yeah. Did you end up putting in Jol Real?
I did not.
Did not? Okay.
I just don't think we're gonna trigger it often enough, and just a 1/2 for 2. I don't think we're gonna activate it very often, and I don't think we're gonna trigger it very often. So
Okay,
most of the time it's just a 1/2 for 2.
I had Jolray in there because I also had the Feline Sovereign, which bonuses cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we end up with...
The activated ability does get all of your creatures, not target creature.
Yeah,
But X might be like 1 or 2 possibly.
that's true. Cut.
Okay.
Lotus Cobra for sure. Scavenging Ooze for sure.
Lotus Cobra, yep. Oops. If I could spell correctly, that would help. Yep, those are both in there.
Yep. And then if we're running black, I thought Tabarax would be a great one.
Oops. What? Oh, it's an I was like, what vowel
you don't
comes
have
after the B?
Tabarax?
No, I do. Let's see. 2/2 for 3 flying. Has lifelink as long as it has 5 or more counters on it. When another non-token creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If it was a cleric, draw a card and lose a life. Okay. So it does have counter synergies. Our stuff needs to die to get counters on it.
Right.
Non-token stuff needs to die. I'd rather our non-token stuff not die.
Then he's cut.
All right.
He's
Yeah,
gone.
I think it's more of an aristocrats kind of card.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're really in an aristocrat zone here.
No, you need things like Village Rights.
Yeah, I don't think we're running village rights either. I agree.
All right.
Priest of the Forgotten Gods, I don't think we're running.
No. Do you like Azusa? Azusa?
I do. I don't own one. I would consider spending a wild card on that. How am I have 11 rare wild cards. 3 drop. That Dryad that does the same thing is not in the sets that we're using, right?
Not what we
No.
picked, right?
Yeah, I would consider it.
It sounds very maybe. I'll cut it.
Yeah. It's a good card. I don't know if it quite makes it in.
If we cut... Oh, go ahead.
What ramp spells do we have? We keep talking about ramp, but so far the only ramp we have is Lotus Cobra, and that's it.
Yeah, that's because I was still only going through the rares and the wild, or
okay.
the rares and the mythics.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, how many cards do you have in your deck right now? I'm at 46.
49, but that's including the
Okay.
lands that get auto added.
Yeah. Oh, I've still got 6 planes in here. All right. So I got just a couple more. Bear with
Sure.
me.
Yeah. No, you're good. What do you got?
I got to cut some more whites too. I'm just cutting those out, and we're not even going to talk about them yet.
All right.
I'm going to cut the Feline Sovereign, even though I liked the idea of destroying enchantments.
Yeah.
Did you put Garuk? The Harbinger, the 3 cost
Oh,
4/3.
yeah, Harbinger is in there. Yes.
That's really going to mess us up because we're both running black against each other with identical decks. That's going to be a
Okay. Yeah.
really powerful card.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh, Kazandu,
I believe that's in there.
yeah.
Yep.
Duality,
Yeah,
yeah.
Kazandu Mammoth. Yep.
Yep.
Good card.
Oran Wreath,
Yeah, I think so. Is that the ooze?
yeah.
Yeah, that's in there.
Scoot Swarm.
Yep, definitely in there.
Did you put in Grakma?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Now, here's one.
Mm-hmm.
Karvak. Kae. You don't have one, do you?
No, I don't. Other creatures get
Oh.
-1/-1. That blows up all of our Scoot Swarms.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put him in sideboard just to remember him
Okay.
for no reason
okay.
at all.
All right, sure. For when we customize later. Hey, Crystal Mine in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome.
And then Liliana.
Let's see. Liliana, Waker of the Dead.
Waker.
Yeah. What is this one? This one's about discarding, right? And -3 kill
it
stuff.
also kills creatures.
And then if you get to ultimate, bring stuff back. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't really synergize with what we're doing, but it is just a solid good card.
I like it as a creature removal.
Yeah, because you can -3 right away, and there's a good chance that X is going to be some reasonable number.
Garruk.
Which one?
Unleashed.
I don't own one. What does it do? 4
free creatures.
Yeah, I mean it's a good card.
It's a great card.
I might. I'll put it in there. Maybe I'll spend a wild card on it.
All right, Nissa.
The green black one. Yeah, that's in there
yeah.
for sure.
Sad Robot.
That's in there.
Ashaya.
Ashaya, what's that? Oh, this one.
Yeah.
I don't own one of those either.
Don't have one of those either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll cut Ashaya then.
Okay.
Elder Garath. You gotta
definitely.
If you don't have, you gotta buy one of those.
Yeah. That card's just too good.
Did you like Massacre Worm, or was the 3 pips a turnoff for you?
Yeah, I think if we don't have a way to like put it in the graveyard and reanimate it or something. Yeah, I don't know if I'm into that.
All right, I'll cut him.
Okay.
And then the Ancient Green Warden.
5/7 for 6 reach. You may play lands from your graveyard. That's nice with Fabled Passage.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's got that ability. Sure.
And so I was looking at Ancient Green Warden and Azusa as a combo with the landfall that we had initially talked about when we had white going in there.
Yeah.
So if we're not going to go back for like a landfall heavy, which this doesn't look landfall heavy to me.
No, there's a few landfall synergies, but not a ton. It's like Nissa, Lotus Cobra, and the Scoot Swarm.
Yeah. So I think I'll cut the Ancient as well.
Cutting it? Okay.
Cutting it, yep. All right. I'm sitting at 42 now.
I have 51.
All right.
So
tell me some black like commons and uncommons to put in then.
So Bloodchief's Thirst, 100%.
100%. Yeah, that's no doubt about it.
Obviously. Eliminate gets in there. Feed the Swarm. Scourge, Skyclave, Demonic Embrace, Soul Shatter. Do you have Soul Shatter in there?
I haven't gone through it yet, so I'm doing for sure Blood Chief.
Yep.
Did you put a Village Rites?
I did not.
No? Okay. I got Eliminate. I think I'm going to put Feed the Swarm, might cut it later.
Yeah, I think it definitely gets in at least for now.
Yeah. Did you do Kite Sail? It's a good card stealer.
I didn't. Like, it's a good card. Yeah. Maybe it should be in there. It only gets non-land, non-creature, but still.
Yeah.
It gets kill spells. You know, if we have a Gargaroth out, it might save a Gargaroth from a kill spell.
That's true.
All right, maybe we'll cut it, but I'll put it in for now. It's also just a cheap early creature.
All right. So you said Blood Chief, eliminate.
Uh-huh.
What else?
What was the other removal spell that I said? Um, Feed the
Feed
Swarm.
the Swarm.
Soul Shatter, that's what I said.
Soul Shatter.
Yeah.
Where's
I like Soul Shatter. It's 3 mana, but it's instant speed.
Do I have a Soul Shatter?
It's a good card.
I should. I think.
It
I
is.
have to have one. Why can't I find it?
It is a
there
rare.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hagra Mauling. I think that's good.
Each opponent sacks a creature. The highest. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so it can
Okay.
get around hexproof, indestructible, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hagra
For
Mauling.
sure. Hagra. What's the cost on that one?
2 black, and it's the DFC tapped black land on the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just 4 mana instant kill a
Destroy a
creature,
creature.
or it's
Yep.
a tapped black source.
Perfect. Love it.
Yeah, definitely. What else we got going on? Don't think we're doing that. Reclaim the Wastes. I don't know if that's good enough.
I do.
Helps us hit land drops, but it's not actually ramp because it just gets it to your hand.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good enough.
No.
Skyclave Pickaxe. Again, I don't think we're
No.
going to trigger it enough. Adventure Awaits. I don't think that's good enough.
I do like the modality land that's also a tap for any mana. What's that creature called?
Tangled Florahedron. That gets in for sure.
Yeah, that's in there.
Tangled Florahedron for sure.
Or it's not any land, it's tap for green, but still.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Balagad Recovery is a consideration.
Cultivate for sure.
Cultivate for sure.
Where's Balagad?
Yeah. Bala. If it didn't have the land on the back, I would say no. But the fact that it's a land on the back, maybe that's good enough.
Yeah, with the removal, we'll be running against each other in a singleton. You want to be able to. It's target card.
Yeah,
You can get
any lands, anything.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is here. Pride Malkin is for our counter synergies. I don't know if it's good enough. I don't know if we have.
If we were running the other two cats we were talking about.
Going for the cat synergy. I mean, like if our Skoos gets big, then it gives it trample, which is nice.
That's true.
Or put a +1/+1 counter.
Counters?
You can target the Gargaroth and give the Gargaroth a counter and trample, so it can do some stuff.
Nice.
It's a 3-mana 2/1 though, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna put this Cultivate in.
Cultivate for sure.
For sure. Fierce Empath finds our Gargaroth. I think I'm going to pass on the Pride Malkin.
Yeah, I passed on that one.
Llanowar Visionary for sure.
Draw a card.
Draw a card, taps for green, 3-mana 2/2, definitely.
This Fierce you're talking about?
Fierce Empath, it finds the Gargaroth. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Hang on. Is Gargaroth 5
It's
mana?
a 5 cost.
Oh, so it doesn't. Never mind.
Get out the worm. It would get the worm.
Yeah. Garruk's Uprising, I think, is not good enough. Thrashing Brontodon.
How many lands do you have?
I just have the auto lands right now, and it's given me.
It starts at 24.
Yeah.
All right, I'm at 56 cards. Where are you sitting?
57. So
57.
I don't know where I got one card that you don't have.
Something that I don't have.
Do you have the Primal Might?
Oh, I need the Primal Might.
Definitely Primal Might.
For sure. Are we doing enough counters thing for the Wildwood Scourge to be good?
Where's Wildwood Scourge? X. Whenever one more +1, put a non-Hydra creature. Maybe. Again, it's kind of. If we're really all in on counters, it's good. I don't know if we have enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes the Skoos really good.
Also the Pride Maul.
That's true. Yeah, if we put this in, then we should probably go back and put the Pride Malkin in.
Yeah.
Well, let's put them both in, and then we can cut them when we go to do cuts.
Okay. So we'll Wildwood and Pride Mall.
Yeah, I just put them both in.
All right.
We still don't
Jump
have.
over to the duels real quick. Moss Pit Skeleton.
Okay. Wait, where? Hang on.
Goljari. Golgari.
Golgari, yes.
Golgari. I'll say it however I want.
Okay, so we got Moss Pit Skeleton. If it was kicked, it gets 3 counters. Okay. When one or more counters are put on a creature you control, if it's in your graveyard, you may put it on top of your library. I wish I put it in your hand.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, it's a 2/2 for 2. Like, do we want to be putting a 2/2 for 2 on top of our library?
Now look at him with Grakma.
Yeah, that is a nice combo. But yeah, I mean, how often do we want to draw a 2/2 for 2? Most of the time, I think I'd rather draw something else.
He's got a kicker.
That's true. So the 3
And if
ended that with 3.
You remove
So
my
it's a 5/5
creature,
for 5.
It would be really nice to be able to get a creature back.
Yeah. All right, it's in.
All right, I put mine in. And then Twin Blades. Card draw.
Yeah, but it's a 5-mana 5/4.
Late game, you're going to want card draw.
All right. If you say so, Paul.
We can cut it.
All right, it's in there. It's in there for now.
All right, I'm at 63. I also added the 2 dual lands.
Oh,
Temple
okay.
of Malady and Jungle Hollow. I forgot that we won't be able to run Fabled Passage in this one.
Ooh, that does make our mana tough.
Yeah.
And there's no green-black flip land, right? That's not till the next set. So yeah, our mana's pretty bad. So anything with like pip requirements are gonna be.
So I think we might want to look at some of those dual modality lands.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Also, we're at 61. I'm at 61 cards.
I'm at 63. But I think I've got 26 lands. So
I'm at 24.
Yeah. Okay, me too. I wonder if we actually have the same card list now.
I mean, I think we've been doing it. I think you have those couple extra lands, but other than that, I think we're pretty much there.
Yeah, we'll go through one more time and solidify it.
Okay, and then cut a card. Currently, unless there's something else you want to add.
Kalani Ambush. It's a dual modality that you get to fight.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah,
we're a little light on
removal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think the 3-costers, the Turn Timber Symbiosis is too much, and the Agadeem's Awakening, I don't think they really fit here.
Yeah, I agree.
The only other one that I was looking at is the Malakir Rebirth.
I've never been into that one. I mean, I know it's only 1 mana, but I've never really been into that one.
All right, that's one I was looking at. Especially since we're going to be running removal against each other.
Sure.
Save your creature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I'm looking out for your best interest when we build them together.
I see. Okay. Okay. Any other additions before we start for cuts? We only need 2 cuts.
No.
Okay. So, go into big screen mode here. Okay. So we've got 2 cuts to make. Maybe, you know what? I think Chromatic Orrery, we don't have enough ramp to support it. I think that's a cut right off the bat.
I didn't put that one in.
Okay. It's cut. I'm at 61 now. I only need 1 more cut.
What am I at? I don't even know. I'm at 63 still.
How many lands do you have?
I have 24 lands.
Oh, I also have 24. So what do you have that I don't have?
Let's just go from the left over. I got Blood Chief.
Uh-huh.
Malakar you did not put in, so I'll cut that one.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
I got Swarm Shambler.
Check.
Primal Might.
Check.
And Wildwood.
Check.
Okay. Next column. Eliminate.
Check.
Feed.
Check.
Kite Sail.
Check.
Scourge.
Check.
Skyclave.
Check.
Heroic. I
Check.
think you cut heroic. No, you cut
No,
that.
it's
You
still
kept
there.
that one. All right.
Inscription, Lotus, Scavenging Ooze, Tangled, Moss Pit, Mazemind.
Perfect.
Soul Shatter, Demonic Embrace, Nighthawk, Balaged, Cultivate, Kalani Ambush, Llanowar, Oran Reef, Pride Malkin, Scoot Swarm, Garrick's Harbinger, Kazandu, Grakmaw.
Got it.
Hagra, Liliana, Garrick, Nissa, Solemn.
I accidentally left Karvik in there.
Ah,
He's gone.
okay.
All right.
Gargroth, Twinblade,
Yep.
Ugin,
Yep.
and then lands.
Yeah,
Which
and I
are-
have 61. So now we are.
So
Do
one
you
more.
still have 61?
Yep,
One cut?
one cut to make. Man, our mana's terrible. So maybe something with double pips should go.
Yeah.
Like-
Man, our man is terrible.
Our man is terrible. We have two
Yeah.
duels and that's it. We have, I mean,
Keep in
Solemn.
mind, we both have terrible mana.
I mean, yeah, sure. Solemn helps and Cultivate. We have like Solemn and Cultivate,
Yeah,
and that's
but
it.
then we've also got the Tangled.
That's true. You know what? Since
I think you were saying you didn't like Moss Pit.
I'm not a big fan of Moss Pit. I'm not a big fan of Twin Blade Assassins. Also, in this list specifically, actually, Scoot Swarm is not doing much. Like, it's probably going to be a couple of 1/1s, and that's it.
That's a good point. And I'm looking at the curve, and I don't really care for the 3 being so high.
We have a glut of 3s.
Yeah,
You want to cut Scoot Swarm? It sounds crazy, but it might be the right choice, actually.
sounds crazy, but I'm down.
The
Let's
other
do
thing
it.
is, again, with not a lot of ramp, we could cut the Ugin and just say we're not going to get that high. We're not going
I
to.
don't think. Yeah, but that like if the game draws out, because neither of us have like.
Yeah.
If one of us gets Elder
Mm-hmm.
on turn 7, and then the other of us.
Yeah, this is
like
these are going to hinge on like Elder Gargroth, possibly a really big Scooze, a really big Scavenging Ooze. Could be the moneymaker here. All right, you want to cut Scoot Swarm?
I'm looking at either Scoot. I like the idea of Scoot being able to potentially pump a couple little chumpers.
I mean,
Liliana or Scoot.
Yeah, it's true. Liliana doesn't really synergize with what we're doing. We don't have any graveyard synergies. We don't have any discard synergies.
Yeah.
Liliana's double pip and more mana. So maybe.
I'm leaning towards Liliana,
Okay.
but I also like your Scoot argument.
Well, I already cut the Scoot, but I can put it back in.
Oh.
All right, you want to cut Lily instead?
Cut Lily.
Okay. Cutting Lily, putting Scoots back in. 60 cards.
I'm at 60.
All right, now there's one more very important question.
I have 2 more very important questions.
Well, the first one, deck name.
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, we've got Golgari, +1/+1 counter synergies, minor landfall synergies. Count on Golgari. Nailed it.
Count on Golgari.
You can always count on Golgari.
Very
Cancel.
nice.
Hang on.
Very nice.
How do I... Okay, here we go. Can you make a deck name that long? You can.
I just did.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm spending 2 mythic wild cards. One on Garrick, one on Ugin.
Okay. I don't think that's a bad call. They're very
Yeah,
very
they're both just
functional and
solid.
historic.
Yeah.
And,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not too worried about it. Okay, shall we battle?
Well, hold on.
What?
Yes, we should battle.
Oh,
but
right, you had-
a best of one just to wrap this up. We'll give them if anybody stayed through to the end of this, they can watch us play.
All right.
And then
We'll
we'll
throw
actually
the
do best
viewers a
of 3
bone.
Best of 3 next week.
Okay, okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
my question was, did we actually count up how many of these lands we included for dual modalities? And do we want to cut any basic lands and put in anything else we were thinking of?
So Tangled Florahedron, Kazandu Mammoth, Balagad Recovery, Colony Ambush, and Hogger Mauling. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So like 5 to me.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have 5 modal
Sorry.
double face lands.
Yeah, so our mana base could be upwards of 29, which is a little high with our...
We've got an Ugin, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cut a land. Especially
Okay.
because most of the double face lands, we'd rather cast the front side. We don't want to be casting them as lands, really, or playing them as lands.
Okay. Fair. And then second question.
Sure.
Keeping in mind that we're 23 forests and 14 swamps, do you want to replace a swamp with a forest?
Yeah, actually. Well, so I've got 10 swamps, 12 forests.
Oh, you already did it.
That's what it did automatically for me. I didn't even touch it.
Oh, well, mine dropped the auto thing because I still had planes in there for
Yeah,
a while.
because you were messing with your mana base there. So yeah, I think 10 and 12 is good.
Okay.
I don't think I would
Well-
go to 9 and 13.
No, I wouldn't do that. And I usually like to run it even if like it's that close. But I'll play just because the shuffler likes to fuck with me. I'll play these averages.
All right. 10 swamps, 12 forests. Okay, we have identical Golgari counters decks.
I think so.
I think so. All right, so let's do just a best of one. Then we'll call it there for the YouTube show for this week, for the main phase for this week. We can hang out and play on Twitch a little bit longer.
Yeah, and then you guys get to watch some Twitch situation.
There you go. And then
Situations.
we'll be back for next week's episode with the best of 3 with these decks, and then we'll tweak them and go from there.
Oh wait, you know what? Cliffhanger. Sorry, YouTube watchers, you don't get to watch us play. We're gonna end the video now.
Oh, okay.
Tune in next week.
Not even. All right.
This is the main phase. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody. Catch you next week. All right. Deck name too long. Oh, it doesn't like my clever deck name.
Let me do it.
what?
Count on gold.
Oh, I called it. You can always count on Golgari.
You can. Oh.
Yeah,
got it.
it's got to
Got
be
it.
just count on Gold. If it can I. How do I change my? Why? Where do I click to change the deck name?
On the deck name.
I'm clicking on the deck. There we go. Okay.
Do we still have any viewers? Everybody send a comment real quick about Grady's ineptitude.
Invalid deck contains cards not. Oh wait. Cancel.
Did you put
craft.
anything in the sideboard that you didn't?
No, I have to. I didn't craft the 2 that I don't own. Okay, I crafted them.
Are
Done.
you sure?
We did it.
You didn't put anything in the sideboard that you weren't unsure of, that you just accidentally crafted things that you didn't really want?
No, I didn't put anything in the sideboard.
You might have.
You know where I keep it? Right up here, Paul.
I think you
right
put
up
it in the
here.
sideboard.
I didn't put anything in the sideboard. Look, I'll pull it
I
up right now.
tried. I just messed up. I couldn't figure out how to put it in the sideboard.
Yeah, my sideboard has 0 cards. You're crazy.
Oh, mine has 1. Sorry.
All right.
I won't tell you what it is. I hope you forget.